Today I will be reading an excerpt from Alison Bechdel's novel Fun Home. Fun Home has been challenged and banned in many places, including Missouri, Utah, and South Carolina. In 2006, a resident of Marshall, Missouri attempted to have Fun Home removed from the city's public library. The reasoning behind the banning was because it was considered pornographic and might be read by children. On October 11th of 2006, it was successfully banned until March 14th of 2007. At the University of Utah, an English professor put Fun Home on the syllabus, and one student did not want to read it because of religious reasons and was accommodated with a different reading assignment. Despite the professor's effort to accommodate the student contacted a local organization, No More Pornography, which attempted to ban the book to no avail. In 2013, a family from South Carolina challenged Fun Home and wanted it removed from the freshman reading list at the College of Charleston because it was considered pornographic. I think Fun Home is important because it shows the author's life in a creative way through graphics, and we learn what it was like for her to grow up with her father's sexuality and how she faces her own sexuality. It uses a lot of different literary techniques and tells her story in a unique way. I will read an excerpt from Chapter 3, page 57. My father's death was a queer business, queer in every sense of that multivalent word. It was strange, certainly, in its deviation from the normal course of things. It was suspicious, perhaps even counterfeit. It put my family in a bad position. It thwarted and ruined each of us in particular ways. It left me feeling qualmish, faint, and on occasion drunk. But most compellingly, at the time, his death was bound up for me with the one definition conspicuously missing from our mammoth Websters. Only 4 months earlier, I had made an announcement to my parents. I am a lesbian. My homosexuality remained at that point purely theoretical, an untested hypothesis. But it was a hypothesis so thorough and convincing that I saw no reason not to share it immediately. The news was not received as well as I had hoped. There was an exchange of difficult letters with my mother, then a phone call in which she dealt a staggering blow. Your father has had affairs with other men. What? I had been upstaged, demoted from protagonistic in my own drama to comic relief in my parents' tragedy. He was molested by a farmhand when he was young. I had imagined my confession as an emancipation from my parents, but instead I was pulled back into their orbit. And with my father's death following so hard on the heels of this doleful coming out party, I could not help but assume a cause and effect relationship. If I had not felt compelled to share my little sexual discovery, perhaps the semi would have passed without incident 4 months later. Why had I told them? I hadn't even had sex with anyone yet. Conversely, my father had been having sex with men for years and not telling anyone. Why are you telling me this and not Dad? Your father tell the truth? Please. The line that Dad drew between reality and fiction was indeed a blurry one. To understand this, one had only to enter his library. And that was an excerpt from Alison Bechdel's novel, Fun Home.